Hey fellas, been a while. Uh, I've been really loving playing Regiment's random battles. Um, so I figured I'd just record a couple. Let's see, today we've got, and I set this to random, on Grassleben, which it looks like this is the first time I played a map twice. And it looks like so this is the media engagement, and so it switches between these three sort of fields of battle as time goes on, which is actually kind of fun because it makes the map reset every now and then. And I've got this set to random NATO, random Warsaw Pact, so looks like we fought up as the Dutch, some sort of Dutch something, and we will be facing off against someone from the Eastern Pact. Let's see what kind of defense. I've got this set up so that there are units here already. So we've got some West German, looks like Leo 1s and M113s with little MG4s on them and such, and a couple of Martyr 2 platoons. There's probably like one Martyr 2 platoon in between the M113s. Yeah, that's what it seems like. With some couple Leos over here. All right. So the Dutch are an interesting little faction, and that this is going to be probably rather difficult. We get more tanks than usual, and they're all pretty high skill. Let's see, where do I want to go to control this battle space? I want to have at least 4 things, which means I want to have like either that or that. This is going to be a critical point because it can see and do a lot of things. I question whether or not we can actually hold on to it. I'm going to have my Fusiliers come in here, here. Ignore the laundry going off in the background. My Spartan Voltigieros are going to go over here, try and keep them in sort of a mobile reserve. I think this is going to center around this area that pushes forward. So I think I'm kind of going to wind up with like a line that runs along this way. Probably want a recon unit there. Headquarters to go here-ish. That seems about right. Shouldn't be too much coming in. I'll go ahead and kick it off. 3.5 minutes, we'll get a new task force come in, and I want that for a screenshot for the thumbnail. If you hit I and then F1, you get a all new screenshot camera. I say all new screenshot camera. It's a same as always, just it's new for me. And as for support, we've got good old-fashioned artillery support, and 4 Mirage 5 BAs with napalm in them. Music's a bit loud for me. Just sort of recording this on a whim. Oh, whoops. We'll see how this goes. No AA to start it off with, but I don't think we'll be in that much need of it. You don't tend to start off seeing it. The big concern is we've really only got the Milan 2 ATGM as far as anti-tank goes. I mean, yes, we have tanks, but it's the Leo 1Bs. They're, you know, technically tanks. Kind of. In the 50s. I mean, yeah, the Russians might have, like... Maybe the Russians have better stuff, but we've got... It's decent, it's decent. Don't knock it. Ah, shit. Okay, so let's see. This will give us a decent idea, because the markings are always the same. And because I'm not seeing any East German roundels, and those are actual Soviet troops, that means we are facing an actual Soviet formation. Great. Pull my scimitars back, because I don't want to get rolled on by those guys. Oh, these come in groups of 6? Oh, the headquarters comes in a group of 6. That's useful to know.
Zone captured.
Okay, so now I'm gonna have these guys pull up to here. Scimitars to do the same. Sure.
Zone captured.
I'm gonna have them point in that direction. They'll kick out their infantry and hopefully they'll dig in and... Let's see. I'm gonna try and be aggressive here, especially since we've got tank support. Push my Leos to the edge of town. Those things look in place anyway.
Zone captured.
Oh Christ, they're rocking in with actual jets initially. I didn't expect them to bring jets initially. That could be bad. Okay. Not a great start. We'll go ahead and pop you in here. We want to make sure we get the Gepards out, for sure. We've got 3, they've got 2. The Voltigeurs are already kicking in. I'm trying to save up for a Mirage Napalm Strike, because that'll be real effective against these W guys, especially 4 of them. And there's the... oh, Jesus Christ. That's 2 groups of T-80s. Today is about to go as poorly as a Dutchman can imagine. I'm gonna have him concentrate on that. Please don't be another group of T-80s. Not built to deal with this. Alright, call in those mirages as close as we can get them.
New task force available.
Okay, whoever we call in better have some damn good anti-tank support. Okay. Jesus. Striker's not bad. They're dedicated anti-tank, and considering the number of T-80s I suspect I'm about to have shoved down my throat, I feel like I might need them. Especially considering the battlefield we're on right now is a very open one. Some strikers there and there could be fairly useful. Be concerned a little bit if we find out fighting over here, but this is predominantly that one. So let's see. I don't have any good tank options across the board at all. So yeah, those strikers are probably what we're gonna need. Oh man, the Dutch. The Dutch. Luckily we get freakishly good AA, and these ATGMs should be decent even from range. I hope the Milan's decent. Here come the mirages. Okay. I need that. Oh, that's the gap probably right there. I hate to be holding the front with a command unit, but it seems that's what we're doing right now. We're just gonna have to roll this guy out and over to here. That has at least upped their suppression, so they shouldn't be too terribly effective. Gepard's getting theirs in. These guys are on the move, so it shouldn't be too bad. I love the Gepard. I wish we'd gotten that in there a bit quicker. And we're technically pulling it off right now. That is the one good thing about the Dutch. They do have a pretty decent anti-tank missile. I'm sorry, boys. Those guys don't come with anti-tank missiles. That's all I need right now is more anti-tank missiles. You're screaming our strikers.
Zone captured.
Creating as big of a kill box for them as I can here. Is that an emplaced one, or that's pushing? So we will push them up over here. They're not the strongest tank in the world, but they will kill a BMP. And there, that's one Soviet armored thrust blunted for now. I want these guys up into that position. Actually, I want them to push up in an attack move, and if they see something, I want them to kick off some of the missiles. Wish I had those guys in close combat, but they're not. And that's just how we're gonna have to live with it for now. God, the Milan 2 missiles. Fairly decent. Come on, Gepard, put him down. Please. Okay. These guys actually seem decent where they're at. We got 130 points to play with. I want a striker to come in over here, so that we have one on each field of fire. Turning back T-80s with grit. Basically just raw grit, honestly. Gonna push that Leo up to try and get command influence over these guys. But they're gonna get pulled back as soon as I can get something up there. I say that actually, I'm pulling them back right now. Leos can take care of those. Speaking of... should I bring the Leos in or should I bring in an ATGM fella? I'm gonna bring one guy over here. I'm gonna put this guy over here. And trust that the striker in the pile of Leos can hold out for now. Mortars are running low, but I'm gonna leave them. I like how they're doing. I'm gonna have the Gepard roll forward. And that looks like that was the right choice, because here come the Hinds. Okay, manageable. The real issue is going to be swinging this around in a minute. I'm going to stack up my left flank. With infantry and tanks.
New task force available.
What do we need now? I want some artillery, but I don't need a lot of artillery. But I don't need more leopards. I've got more freaking leopards than I know what to do with right now. Oh wait, Leopard 2A. It's not the world's greatest tank, but it's the battlefield's greatest tank, I guess. For dealing with T-80s, though, infantry are our best bet. They seem to be doing fine. I really want a good artillery piece. You know what? It's artillery and more ATGMs. It's kind of just what we need. And it's not a... The tanks aren't terrible, like you've seen when it comes to fighting infantry. They're gonna be fairly decent at it. Bet these are more T-80s coming in. Yeah. Combination Milan striker ambush should be decent enough at handling them. I hope that Gepard's up close enough to push them off. Seems like it is. I love the Gepard for its long bursts. Knocks down more Soviet fighters than you could possibly imagine. Alright, Battlefield is all the way over to the left. Okay. So we're gonna come from here. Going to deploy one there. Some people are just gonna have to be moved. You're gonna retreat and you're gonna retreat. As well as you. Striker, I'm gonna pull back, pull over to here. You know, I want the Leo to get up there. And the infantry do that. I'm gonna try and execute this move where these guys are just falling back to headquarters. They'll reverse, they'll come back and spawn in like a minute, and it'll be very skick because they're not actually that damaged. And then I'm going to try and sort of form a left flank over here that kind of hits any Russian units that attempt to skirt across the edge. I'm going to leave the Gepard up because he's doing God's work. Yeah, see, 2 dead Hinds. He's low on ammo. It's a good time to, basically anyone who's hit low on ammo, low on anything, is going back to the shack. But we will keep the ATGM ambush on these T-80s rocking, because dead T-80s are still good in any world, even if we're not fighting over anything. These guys are actually really fast. I'm going to have them push up there to Charlie. These guys I want to push here because it's got decent fields of fire. Just push that guy out to there. It'll tell us something. Okay, these guys are low on ammo and out of position. T-80s are dead enough. Looks like they're coming from Bravo right now. Let's see. Sorry, my cat wanted to go out. Just kind of trying to consider. I think this will make a decent position because we can fight for these 4. Rush here, Gepard here, Leo here. We'll toss an extra Leo into the pit here. That ought to be enough for now. Say it ought to be. It'll have to be. I'm still not entirely sure if those Leopards are going to be better than 2 BMPs emplaced. We'll see if we can't dig our fellas in here. My reconnaissance push out to that area. Gepard will take here. Have Leo go here to secure that. Push you there. Well, they're not well dug in. Is that a... yeah, that's a large tank force. We're not going to beat that with those guys. So Gepard to there. Leopards to here and here. We'll see how close we can get. And I'm going to save my napalm for them. Okay, cool. The Russians dropped on those leopards, which is fine. Move this striker up to there. Oh, and get an artillery piece in designate control one. I'm certain we'll need him for something. Yeah, leopards aren't going to be able to do much other than get in the way of the T-80s, but with luck, that will be all we need. Try and shake them up a bit.
Zone captured.
Try and push that scimitar out to the side. Call in napalm on those guys. Where's my Gepard at? Feeling like here is where I'm gonna need it. I don't want it to push up that way. That's probably my fault. Also, I haven't seen the Mirage yet, so I want to see the Mirage. The Mirage is my favorite fighter. God, what a beautiful aircraft.
New task force available.
Okay. Well, we have artillery now. Can't ask for much more than copious amounts of artillery. I think I'm gonna try and spring for those Leo 2s, maybe? So that we can get some ability to sort of muscle our way through some things. Because my biggest problem right now is whenever I need to push, all I really have to push with is those rather terrible ones. Let's see if we can't get those guys out of there without being too dead. So like this point right now is just not really within our reach. Oh, Striker just got struck. Okay, napalm on the forest as well. Those guys are going to be out for a while. That's not good. That's not good there either. I am out of a lot of stuff right now, actually. Push up to there. Napalm on the woods should be good enough to stop some of that stuff. Didn't hit. It wasn't accurate enough. Okay, I want to get that one in play. Get some of our heavier artillery firing directly onto the Charlie point. I need the mortars out. I just don't have the firepower to take out infantry right now. Those guys are out of ammo. Tungushkas. Not a great sign. We're a little bit behind the curve. But the Leopard 2s. They'll save us, maybe. If the Gepard can keep the 25s off of us.
Zone captured.
Which they didn't really. Okay, the 2As should be able to hold out. These guys are out of ammo now. Now's a decent time to pull them back. Strikers up into the center here. Only for 2 more minutes. I'm just gonna call napalm on everything over in that damned area. It's pretty decent against emplaced areas like that because well, emplaced troops tend not to move and fire is hot. Let's see. Mortars are out there doing God's work. Where is my... There it is. I need to grab that headquarters at some point. Jesus. Two A's are not performing as hoped at all. Looks like a lot of Soviet helicopters. I'm gonna buff up my Gepard security. Oh, damn it, I pulled back both the Leopards instead of just one of them. That's fine, though. They're not really that great.
Zone captured.
30 seconds until this doesn't even really matter. Most of our tanks are out of battle right now. Rack it off at those Hinds. With some infantry is deployed. I'm gonna hold the striker in reserve for, yep, that. This Fusiliers might actually be decent at that. We'll just try and swing this whole thing. One more burst, come on! Okay. We can all... pull them out. Push the mortars over this crook. More napalm. Napalm is gonna be my big solution for all my problems here. They're gonna try and push us from the side over here, aren't they? Napalm just isn't.
Zone captured.
No, it's actually decent. Trying to find a way to set up some slightly more close range ambushes. Try and get a headquarters unit up into around there-ish. We'll do something from that position. I'm not sure what. You take Echo already? Go deploy and do something.
Zone captured.
Gephards are really doing it all right now. Anti-infantry. Okay, cool. Looks like we predicted the Soviet Axis pretty well. Try and get those guys up in there. And hell, where there's one, there's probably more. Have those guys move into sort of a reserve over there. There's a lot of helicopters out nowadays, so get some Gephards up. I hope the game is manageable enough that I still get to look at stuff.
Zone captured.
Okay, I want these guys to get dug in. Just that'll be a strong defensive position. Sort of regardless of what actually. How are you guys on ammo? Yeah, see, here come the SU-25s. Oh, that Gepard's actually got it. decent range on it. A second Gepard. They may hit that guy. Oh well, not to be. Did you manage to get prepared? Okay, they did. Good. Prepared positions get such a nice bonus to survivability that it's sometimes it's worth burning out a nice little National Guard unit to maintain. I'm gonna try and push with some of those guys and whatever naval I can find. I'm gonna try and push on to Foxtrot, it looks like. These are the most dangerous guys, except for the T-80s, but what am I gonna actually do about the T-80s?
Zone captured.
Gepard's not gonna be much use there. Is that a Tunguska? It's not good. No reason to have all of those fellas and not use them. So I'll just move that there real quick. Platoon. They can get another final stand right in front of them. Hoping to God we can get our old ass tanks over the ridge. Come on, kick them off! Expect this show the Soviets to sort of switch over on sides. Heinz are doing a number. He's done. I probably could have just had him reload in the back. Evaporated that second Su-25, and the destruction of jets has to do with their sort of recuperation rate, you might call it. I don't know what you might actually call it. Reinforcement rate, I think it actually is the actual term for it in game. But like, if you manage to destroy the jet, the support resets slower, which is nice. Okay, we switch back over to the right. Stick that Gepard over there, get that mortar back out. They're too far forward. But we can still win this fight here. Especially with our reserve troop ambush. That Gepard's too far. We'll push forward to that defensive position because it was pretty decent last time. Try and get a second striker on it. Looks like the Soviets are already on it. Is that a Heim already? I say already. They're not going to win that quickly, so napalm is probably going to be the only option. Gepard's going to need more everything. But these Fusiliers, they're dug in. Not everything should have a hard time digging them out for a while. And the napalm will make them skittish. Reserve them there. These guys will take long enough to call back in if I wait on them. Who's in good condition still? These guys are beat to hell, they'll retreat. These guys are not. Almost forgot. Do not drive through the napalm. There we go. That should solve that issue. There, 6 strikers should be able to face down just about anything.
Zone captured.
Let's see. Get over there.
Zone captured.
Yeah, I like this one. Don't get to see the Dutch that often. They have West German markings on them. No, well, actually, these might be West German Leopards come to assist the Dutch. I don't think the Dutch get much in the way of heavy armor regardless. So they may have called in a favor. Let's see. Need an artillery guy. Designate. Control 1. Get that's from here. Yeah, we don't even have anything that's roughly the equivalent of T-80.
Zone captured.
I'm gonna push this guy up real hard, real fast. Just hope to maintain the momentum that this Leopard 2's got going on right now. There's something to burn over there. That's a really juicy target. I'm gonna stick a Gepard. He's fine where he is, actually.
Zone captured.
I'm gonna put 2 Gepards over here. We seem to be getting a lot of attention from those fellows. And it's a bloody fight, but we're holding the points right now. So we're technically winning. You may not like it,
remaining.
but this is what winning looks like. That headquarters unit is damn near dead. More mirages, more napalm. They'll just have to slug it out for all they're worth down there. I think they're within the forbidden art of that water carrier. God bless that Mirage pilot, that first one. He managed to sneak that napalm in there.
Objective completed.
That explains it. A Guards tank regiment versus whatever reserve thing the Dutch could find. Yep, that felt like a Guards tank regiment, alright. Yeah, how'd we do? We lost a little bit more than them. We have some more missing. Traded pretty evenly. But the real kicker shows in the Gepards, where they just threw an air force at us and we shot it down. I mean, yeah, sure, in terms of tanks, we lost more tanks. In terms of people, we lost more people. But we haven't lost a Mirage yet, and they're probably the coolest looking thing in the Dutch army anyway. And we eked it out pretty decently. We managed to take and hold our ground. It made us bleed for it, but we had the field at the end of the day. Hey, if y'all like this stuff, let me know, because I'm just loving the replayability of this game. It is the most replayable war game I've played just ever, because you can just set it to random, play with random NATO, random Warsaw Pact, and as much as, how do I put it, some of the stereotypes do apply. NATO tends to have better quality equipment. Warsaw Pact tends to have more weight of forces. Sometimes you'll get thrown for a little bit of a loop like this, where it's like the Belgians versus the Guards tank regiment, where the Russians do manage to bring some pretty good firepower and can actually kick you around a bit. And the Belgians just kind of have to live with the walloping and keep feeding people into the meat grinder to maintain their areas. But sometimes you'll get something like a U.S. Tank division or a cavalry regiment versus a West German Panzer regiment or reserve division. And that can also be stressful in a different way. I mean, the West German reserve regiments can just hurl so many infantry that, I mean, you might have an Abrams tank, but you've got to kill 50 BT-152s. And you'll see a lot of kill-death ratios that are like 2 to 1 or something. It's just insane stuff. Anyway, I had a lot of fun with this. And, let's see, I'm gonna look through it real quick. The headquarters actually took out a couple T-80s, which surprises me a bit. Especially the UDs. The UDs are the upgraded ones. The BVs, I think, are the regular ones. Looks like the strikers did a lot of work. I'm suspecting that my infantry did a lot of the... Huh. I thought I would see more tanks knocked out by the infantry Milans. Or at least one. I figured they tend to have the star roll, essentially. But I guess not this time. This Flakpanzer seems like it was just knocking down Heinz left and right. Knocked down 10 helicopters. Jesus Christ. And then the other two were got by this guy, and then I'm guessing someone else probably got it. This artillery managed to knock out quite a few tanks, because we were mostly on the defensive, I think, which means that we were probably the ones receiving the most artillery. The strikers, this striker looks like it did the most to the tanks. You can see just about every kind of tank on the field was knocked out by it. And I don't think anything would count for the, what do you call it? I don't think you would get any credit from the Mirages. Those T-80s really tore a hole through us. That was a spooky thing. I've been waiting for the match where I look up from my little reserve force and realize I'm facing down a Guards tank regiment. So that was pretty fun. All right. I'll see you all in the next. And if you all want to see something specific, like a U.S. National Guard regiment versus a Soviet tank regiment, or I actually just had a really fun one where it was a West German reserve regiment versus a U.S. National Guard regiment. And it was M60s and T-55s fighting like it's 1970, with both sides scrambling to get heavier armor to call in to deal with the other guy, and A-10s were screaming in there at the end. That's the one thing the U.S. does really well, is they just hurl A-10s at stuff. But if y'all want to see more, let me know, and I'll do more. There's also attacking engagements where you try to take control of a field as much as you can, and there are mobile defenses, which are interesting. I haven't played one yet, but the way I understand it is you have to get an unarmed transport truck to an area, and then they load up supplies there, and then they try and fall back, with the idea being that you're trying to essentially escape an overwhelming Soviet force. And That might be a really interesting one to see, like a reserve National Guard regiment try and hold off a Guards tank regiment or something like that. In a mobile defense where that tank regiment really has them outnumbered. Anyway, till next time. Thanks for watching.